Join me Thursdays at 10 a.m. for live SketchUp workflow sessions. Here's a clip. To kind of dial this thing in, I might if I select my door and my window and then isolate those, we got an issue here where these canvas doors and windows, for as wonderful as canvas is, maybe one critique I'd have is that their doors and windows don't net a proper 2D graphic. So when I go over here and look at my doors, I'm just getting that slab in the window. I'm not getting a true 2D graphic. So let's go in there. Let's go to our 3D warehouse and search for our ConDoc window like that. All right, and then you can see we've got I believe the 4.7. There's a few people that have duplicated our stuff. That's okay though. I'm gonna go with the Brightman Designs one because that's the one I made. I'll download that. We're gonna load this directly into the model, and I'm just gonna set it. I'll set it kind of off for a minute. And you know what? I'm just gonna isolate the doors and the windows again. I have a keyboard shortcut for that. It's I, and I'm going to delete. I'm just gonna trash those like that. And then I'm going to hit reset, and I believe that was it tilde key right under the escape key is my reset button keyboard shortcut. All right, so now I'm going to move this back over here, and then use my scale tool and stretch that down into place. And so what you can see here is the dynamic window. As I stretch it, it rebuilds itself. And furthermore, it has a 2D graphic baked in. And on the ConDoc system, you can hit that 2D button, and then you can see what is your 2D graphic looking like, and you can see it in there. And if I right click, let's get back to 3D like that. If I right click and go to dynamic component and look at our component options, we have our 2D graphic placement. I'll just make it at 12 inches just so that we can see it a little bit better, and then switch back. And so now you can really see how that's going to look in 2D. But it's a little bit too big, so we're going to scale this back in like that. And so now we've got 2D, 3D like that. All right, then the other thing I want to do is I might just you can either freeze the trim, or you could isolate the walls, So you can see how these express tools, they keep you out of the tags dialog. And same with the ConDoc system. You can always get back to where you want to be and just say you know what, I'm working on my doors and my windows. I'm just going to isolate the walls and the windows for now, like that. So then we can go back to our 3D warehouse, and we are on, we'll just do ConDoc door like that. And here's the ConDoc 4.7 door. We'll load that right in here and place it, and let's just when I'm working with this, it came in this direction, so let's just kind of start here. We'll rotate this guy around by 180 like that, and then I'm going to scale this to a -1 enter. Let me do that again. Scale to -1 like that, and then I'm going to move it from, I like to place it, getting all worked around here. I like to place it where the door is flush with the swing side. So for that, I might even just kind of isolate the 3D, and that way I can kind of get to that point a little bit easier, and then snap it in there. And then we can use our scale tool and kind of stretch it like that, and then stretch it like that. And then I'll just hit the reset button again, and then you can see that that door is sitting in there the way it should. All right, and then let me show you kind of a common mistake that I see a lot of with folks using ConDoc tools is you get back into this light viewport. Let's see, is this going to be a good example of it? If I go to heavy, okay, so this is a good example. Is when I get to heavy, why am I seeing that door, right? So, well, that's because this guy has not been tagged. So what I want to do is just retag this as, this is going to be level 1 doors, interior, existing, like that. Now, if I go back into heavy, it's turned off. Light, it's turned on. We're in good shape. All right. So let's just keep working through here. And again, I'm going to, and then the window I didn't tag either. So that's going to be like level 1. As a matter of fact, everything here that we're seeing is level 1. So I'm going to untag it, retag it like that. So now everything is going to be level 1. Although I got to tell you that, if you have one level, the level doesn't matter because there's nothing else to compare it to. So if we had multiple levels, it would be slick to be able to like break it up by level. But on this project, the truth is it doesn't really matter. So we'll just isolate our doors, windows, and walls. I'll hit I. And then I can select this guy, make a copy of it over to here. And so, what we're doing is just getting the existing conditions dialed in. I'll make a copy of that. So you tap Control or Option on the Mac, rotate that around. I suppose you could use this flip tool like that. I don't know. I'm so used to using that scale tool. And then, again, it's kind of annoying to have to zoom in to see that. So, maybe the default of the ConDoc door, like this should just be a little bit higher, but not a big deal. All right, and then, let's get clever here. So instead of like moving it and copying it and then flipping it, let's just flip it and copy it. So I'll tap Control and then we'll just flip it into place. And now, maybe I shaved like a click or two off by doing that. So I guess that is kind of an advantage of that new flip tool like that. Yeah, man, I agree. The flip tool was not so bad. And yeah, and Justin, I'm definitely with you on that, man. It's like, it took a moment to catch on, but I think I mentioned at some point that I kind of retracted my early, like, why are we working on the flip tool? But I don't need another flipping tool, right? But I also would stick to that and say there's some other things I think that are some bigger fish to fry than the flip tool. But then I'll just take this guy, make a copy of it, like, let's see, make a copy of this straight across to there. This door, I forget which way it goes. I could even pull that video back up, I think. And I don't know if we see it in this video. It opens over to the right, so we'll just make it what it should be. Go flip and like that and like that. Cool. Okay, so now if I hit reset, again, these, like, this door is tagged. These doors are not. So if I were to like isolate my doors again, and then just grab all this, I suppose I'll just grab these guys. That one's tagged. Oh, you know what? I was copying and using a door that was already tagged, so that's pretty handy there. So we're all set up. All of our doors are tagged. Our window is not interior existing, like that. So, that's kind of a good example there of, again, how with the ConDoc tools you can, like, if I untag that window, and so I might go in and like isolate my doors. And then you would say, like, well, why is the window showing up? And you select the window and you can see that there's no tags assigned. So what I like about tagging this way, in using these, like the tag freeze and tag isolate, is that it's a visual cue that something's wrong. So if I isolate my doors and I'm seeing a window, it's pretty clear that this is, a window interior existing, like that. All these guys are tagged the way they should be, and we're good.